Welcome, my dear students of class 10 to my history class. Today's topic, Mahatma Gandhi and the national movement. The following points, as I mentioned in the board, please look at it. First point, Chauri Chaura incident. What is Chauri Chaura incident? Why was it taken place? You know, Mahatma Gandhi started the non-cooperation movement. But whenever Mahatma Gandhi realized that the movement was not, the movement already had become a violent movement. You know, Mahatma Gandhi's movement was based on non-violent method of Satyagraha. But a Chauri Chaura place near Gorakhpur in Uttar Pradesh, where a mob attacked the police station and set the police station fire, and 22 policemen were killed. So whenever that incident took place at Chauri Chaura, and Gandhiji realized that his movement had become violent, because mob had become violent, so the movement should be immediately withdrawn. Gandhiji thought it and withdrew the non-cooperation movement. Because of that reason, Chauri Chaura. Gandhiji's movement was withdrawn because of that Chauri Chaura incident, because movement had become violent movement, and Gandhiji did not believe in violence. That's why this movement was withdrawn by Gandhiji. This is Chauri Chaura incident. And next one, Swaraj Party. You know, many Congress leaders, when the non-cooperation movement was withdrawn, many Congress leaders remained in the jail. They did not support the decision of Gandhiji because they thought that the movement should not have been suspended, especially during that time when the movement was on its climax. And many people of India, they got themselves involved in that very movement. That's why the decision of withdrawing the movement was a wrong decision and historical mistake of Mahatma Gandhi, according to some Congress leaders. And meanwhile, you know, two Congress leaders left Congress party and formed the Swaraj Party. Who were they? They were C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru. Both of them formed the Swaraj Party, and that very Swaraj Party was formed, and only because of the opposition of Gandhiji, because they suggested that the non-cooperation movement be carried into legislative councils to obstruct the government plans right inside the councils. But it could not have been done. That's why they should have their own political party. That's why Swaraj Party was established by C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru. And C.R. Das resigned from presidency of the Congress, set up the new party on 1st January 1923, called the Swaraj Party, and subsidiary party, that very subsidiary, and both of them, C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru, wanted to achieve Swaraj within the empire. This party was very successful, winning 43 seats out of 101 in the central legislature in the election, and they constantly disrupted the proceedings of the council. But when they were not able to stop the politics of the government, they walked out. This is Swaraj Party. The members of the Swaraj Party agreed with Gandhi that they would strive towards Hindu-Muslim unity, promote khadi through spinning and weaving, and work for the abolition of untouchability, while the Swarajis came to be known as pro-changers. And the Congress members who wanted to continue with the policy of boycott and fight the councils from outside, that part of Congress came to be known as no changers. And both of them, Motilal Nehru and C.R. Das, proved themselves to be talented political leaders of India, but they did not want to understand the intention of Mahatma Gandhi and only because of that reason they decided to make their own program without consulting Gandhi. Why? Because they did not want to, disclose the political affairs of the Swaraj Party. Next one, another one, that was rise of socialism. Another one is rise of socialism. The non-cooperation movement brought to the notice of the national leaders influenced by the principles of Gandhi. And at the time when the peasants and farmers and workers, they had no improvement, they were being deplored, their condition had become very much deplorable. The socialistic vision, from the revolution in Russia, encouraged peasants and farmers to be united. Right that moment, the All India Trade Union Congress was set up under the chairmanship of Pandit Nehru, the son of Motilal Nehru. And with that, the concept of socialism encouraged the people of India. All the people of India, they realized that it was the right time to convey the message to the peasants and farmers of India that the political leaders were not their enemies. They could do better work for their all-round development. That's why Pandit Nehru raised from the narrow political ground and gained faith of the common people, the mass of India. The revival of revolutionary agitation. Revolutionary agitation, what is this? A group of people, they became very much arrogant. They were actually impatient people of India. They believed in physical strength. They believed in struggle. They believed in violence. That's why this group of people started struggling against the British, and because of the British heavy measures, the repressive policy of the British made them very much arrogant. And these younger people took to novel tactics to defy the British power. Not only that, the revolutionaries sprang up all around to defend their motherland against the British rule, British atrocities. The Hindustan Republic Association was formed in the year 1925, but it could not take off very well as most of the members got caught in Kakori conspiracy case. The Britishers intentionally caught them and imprisoned them. The men accused, Asafullah Khan, Ramprasad Bismillah, Roshan Singh, Rajendra Lahiri, they all were hanged. So a very less number of people were there who were basically the members of that political party. The British, nipped them bud, and ultimately it was abolished. That political party was abolished. But another one, those who were left, the 4 others were sent to cellular jail in Andaman for life imprisonment, and 17 others were sentenced to long terms of imprisonment. Ultimately, in the year 1928, Chandrasekhar Azad took over the association, renaming it Hindustan Socialist Republican Association, and continued the revolutionary work. It was only Chandrasekhar Azad, by changing the name of the former political association or political party, Chandrasekhar Azad started his political program with the newly introduced political party, Hindustan Socialist Republican Association, and he attracted millions of people of India to come under one umbrella to resist the foreign rule, so that the British must stop passing repressive policies, repressive rule, and people of India must become opponent of the British rule and must convey the message to the people, to the British, that the people of India, they are not sitting idle, they were fighting against them, they are struggling against them, and they are doing it for the sake of motherland, for the sake of their motherland, and for they were doing it as the patriot, because they were the real patriot of India, and hence the people other parts of India, they also recognize this Hindustan Socialist Republican Association to be a part of their movement under the leadership of Chandrasekhar Azad. The violent movement of Chandrasekhar Azad and the bold leadership of Chandrasekhar Azad attract many people of India who became the members of this Hindustan Socialist Republican Association and encourage these revolutionary activities of this party. And as a result, so many revolutionaries were caught, and once again the Britishers caught them, imprisoned them, and tortured them. But under the able guidance of Chandrasekhar Azad, no one stopped accepting the political. No one stopped making the repressive work, revolutionary works against the British. They kept on doing revolutionary works against the British, although many people were arrested by the British, but they did not leave it because of the call of motherland, because of making the country free from British control. Up to this, my dear students? No, last point, one point is left, that is Simon Commission. What is Simon Commission? You know, Simon Commission was sent to India in order to talk to the Congress leaders whether they would require any constitutional reforms. The British realized that they would have to work on a formula to keep the large of moderate leaders satisfied. To achieve this, they sent a government commission headed by John Simon, to research and report the effectiveness of the reforms implemented in the year 1919, and this was known as the Simon Commission. The Simon Commission was sent to India under the chairmanship of Sir John Simon, and this commission was sent to India to talk to break the deadlock of the Indian leaders who did not want to talk with the Britishers, since many repressive policies of the Britishers made them arrogant. In order to break the deadlock of the Congress leaders, Simon Commission was sent to India, and this commission came under the chairmanship of Sir John Simon, and that very person came to India to satisfy the needs and expectations of the Indian Congress leaders. But ultimately, what happened to them? The Indian leaders were not in the mood to compromise on any point, particularly since the Simon Commission did not have a single Indian member. The commission came to India, but all the members were from England. No Indian member was included in the commission. It was a great insult for the Indians. That's why the Indians had no interest to talk to the commission. That's why there were black flags raising the slogan, Simon go back, Simon go back, Simon go back. Why? Because no Indian member was included in the Simon Commission. The commission which was sent from England to India, headed by Sir John Simon, no Indian member was there. All the members were there. They all came from England. They all were Britishers. That's why the Indians felt insulted and decided to non-cooperate with the Simon Commission. The demand for Swaraj also was refused. The League and the Congress decided to boycott the Simon Commission. As a result, the Simon Commission, the Simon Commission was greeted with black flags and demonstrations by saying that Simon go back, Simon go back. It was in these demonstrations in Lahore that Lala Lajpat Rai, while conducting a meeting at Lahore railway platform or railway station, Lala Lajpat Rai, while demonstrating a meeting or while conducting a meeting, was attacked by the British police. So the lathi blow of British police caused a great, mishap. Lala Lajpat Rai was severely wounded and was hospitalized. And while hospitalized, but Lala Lajpat Rai realized that his life had come to an end. And before leaving his last bed, he quoted few lines. He quoted few lines. He said, the lathi blow of the British police would made his life stop, but it would become a coffin. It would become a nail in the coffin of the British Empire. The lathi blow of the British police might stop the life of himself, but it might become a nail in the coffin of the British Empire. The death of his life might become a nail in the coffin of the British Empire. So what he meant to say, proved to be realized. After the death of Lala Lajpat Rai, after a few years of the death of Lala Lajpat Rai, the condition of the British government in India had become very miserable. In many Indians, many Congress leaders, they strengthened their movements and mass. They completely extended their cooperation towards the nationalist leaders in order to make the country free from British control. And as a result of this as a result of this movement, the Government of India Act of 1935 was based on the commissions, was passed, and Simon Commission, recommendation was not accepted. They decided to bring certain reforms in the structure of the Government of India in order to satisfy the people's need, in order to satisfy the expectations of the Congress leaders, and ultimately a report was made by Pandit Nehru, and that very report, under the report of Nehru, what happened to them next day, I shall discuss from Nehru report. Up to this, my dear students, thank you.